My name's Christine Inglis, and I'm the editor of International Sociology, which is one of the two peer-reviewed journals of the International Sociological Association. International Sociology was founded in the mid-1980s to complement its older sister, Current Sociology, which at that time provided important reviews of the literature in different subfields of sociology. In establishing International Sociology, the ISA wanted to address an important gap in the field of sociological publishing. This was the absence of a high-quality academic journal which would provide access to sociological studies presenting empirical and theoretical material relevant to international debates and perspectives, which were all too often ignored by journals which catered primarily for their own national societies and academic communities. Despite the rapid expansion of academic journal publishing in recent years, including by the ISA, this international orientation intended to provide a voice for the diversity which characterises sociology throughout the world still remains, after nearly 30 years, the major focus of the journal. Obviously, there have been changes over the years. Thus, over a decade ago, I introduced a section of the journal dedicated to publishing reviews of major sociological books published in a variety of languages and countries, using reviewers drawn from many different parts of the world. The success and popularity of this venture led to 2 issues a year of International Sociology being devoted to book reviews. Now, today, renamed International Sociology Reviews, these 2 issues are published separately and edited by my colleague, Mohamed Bamieh. In the early days of the journal, there was some feeling that it should provide an opportunity for sociologists working in parts of the world without a strong sociological tradition to publish their work, even if its quality was not up to that expected by many international journals. Today, with the rapid expansion and institutionalisation of sociology internationally and the increasing availability of international opportunities for dialogue, study and exchange, this is no longer an objective of the journal. There is a plethora of well-trained, highly skilled sociologists operating internationally. Instead, our objective is to publish work of the highest academic quality which highlights the international importance and value of the work of sociologists operating in many different parts of the world with their own distinctive sociological traditions and perspectives. Each year we receive submissions from sociologists working in more than 50 countries and regions, as varied as the USA, Europe, Asia, Africa and Oceania. As part of my work as editor, I often become in running professional development workshops in which I talk about issues relating to writing academic articles, and particularly how to write articles for international sociology. Regardless of whether these workshops are in Argentina, China, Russia or Turkey, an inevitable question is, well, what type of articles do you publish? This is an obvious and important question, but it's a difficult one for us to answer. Naturally, we stress that to be accepted for publication in international sociology, all papers will need to meet high-quality standards in terms of their presentation, theoretical and empirical rigour, which will allow them to contribute with new, innovatory material to major sociological debates. Simply replicating an earlier study in another setting with very similar results is not what we seek to publish. Rather, we are looking for material which leads to new pathways and innovatory ways of thinking about particular issues and debates. The discovery of transnationalism in the early 1990s and its subsequent influence on the type of paradigms and research being done in migration studies is a good example of the power of innovatory thinking. Particularly welcome also are papers which highlight the potential for diverse theoretical concepts to be derived from different empirical and academic settings. As one of the major sociological journals internationally, our use of the double-blind peer review process is intended to bring to many readers articles which will give them fresh insights on topics directly related to their own research interests, but also on areas, sociological or geographical, about which they would like to learn more. This is not to say that we are a journal of current affairs or commentary. Rather, the aim is to bring sound sociological analysis to key issues of sociological importance. Through this informed and reflective approach, the journal then can provide the basis for further sociological development and understandings, which can ultimately be shared more widely among scholars in other disciplines, policymakers, and the interested public. In contrast to sociological journals which focus on one sub-area of sociology, such as the family, theory, or methodology, or on one geographical area in society, such as China or Southeast Asia, we look for articles reflecting the highest academic standards, whether they have a theoretical or empirical focus, and regardless of their empirical methodology. Both good quality quantitative and qualitative articles are welcomed, but again, their methodology must meet the highest standards relevant to their chosen methodological approach. If the content of a paper relates only to one society, such as Antarctica, however, it's very important that the author highlights why such a case study has relevance or interest for sociologists in other parts of the world. To achieve this, it is necessary to indicate the theoretical issues and debates relevant to this case study and to show how the particular case study can advance understanding of these debates and theoretical discussions in other settings. At a more concrete level, International Sociology has recently published articles which explore different forms of secularities operating around the globe, studies often with a strong quantitative dimension which involve international comparison of particular phenomena, including the impact of globalisation or migration on both individuals and the wider society. We also publish articles which explore the development of sociology within different societies. In July 2014, the World Congress of Sociology will be held in Yokohama, Japan, where it will bring together thousands of sociologists from all parts of the world. As many of these participants will have very little knowledge about Japanese society or sociology, despite the country's large and active community of sociologists, International Sociology is publishing in coming issues a number of papers which provide insights into the development of Japanese sociology, including the different paradigms which have been used and how these paradigms have been influenced by theoretical developments outside Japan. In turn, they highlight how inclusion of new empirical material can contribute to international theoretical and conceptual development. The articles also highlight the potential for all sociology to be enriched by studies reflecting different societies, perspectives and voices. To conclude, I'd like to just re-emphasise that communicating, supporting and promoting the contributions of the international sociological community remains a major objective of international sociology. If you plan to attend the Yokohama World Conference, I'll look forward to the opportunity to talk to you in more detail about the journal. Goodbye.